As a recruiter, you don't have to spend hours confirming information anymore. You have access to that information immediately. You can make an assignment from your client to the person, match them up, and you're good to go in a very fast manner. Credivera has, we call it the triangle of trust. And the triangle of trust is between the individual. It has the issuer of credentials. Issuers will give you a certificate. And sometimes that certificate has a lifespan, and it'll retire at some point, or it'll expire, and you'll need to get an additional one. With this ecosystem, you're prompted for expiry. All that information is kept current. The other part of our ecosystem is the workforce, and that's the employer, the verifier of this information. As a recruiter, what you do is you provision your candidates and your people on your books with a wallet. And when you've provisioned them with a wallet, you give them the opportunity to put any of their information in that wallet, and all of their skills and capabilities are contained in that wallet. That information can be shared with an employer. Inevitably, an employer will come to a recruiter and say, here's my job rec. I have an assignment. It's going to take 6 months. I need a person that stands this high, has these credentials in their kit bag, and go, Mr. Recruiter. Find me that unicorn that's going to fill those things. Every recruitment agency that brings on a new person has to verify their status. It's an asynchronous conversation that can take an enormous amount of time. But the actual work is maybe 15 minutes worth. It can take you 2 weeks to do that information. Calling person, giving me your credential, checking that it's right. The actual work itself takes moments. And if you have that information in your wallet and it's provided to you as a link, then you've got it there.
Identity is huge in terms of the ability to manage identity, the ability to address many of the issues that are presenting themselves in the marketplace right now. Knowing who somebody is not an easy endeavor. Verifying who they are, verifying what they do, verifying the skills that they have. It's a complex ecosystem of challenges that we are solving here. We're in a situation now where digital identity and identity in general is becoming a very pressing issue. And I don't think people and organizations realize how pressing it's going to become very, very rapidly here in terms of verifying who people are, authenticating them. Are the right people getting access to the right systems? A lot of people aren't paying enough attention to it. The great thing about verifiable credentials technology and our platform capabilities is there's inherent privacy. It really is at your discretion what kinds of credentials you can issue from your organization, or from a verification standpoint, the person has the ability to decide what do they want to share. A nefarious actor gets in and they get a whole host of information about everybody in that database. With the technology that we have, it's very compartmentalized.
We can help you utilize the technology you already have to do something that will get everybody who uses it a couple minutes of their life back every day. The person who's got the credential really just needs a cell phone or a web browser. Using our solution, they would be able to get these verified credentials, which would be able to verify that they've achieved something or obtained something, and that credential can be traced back to its source so that we can actually verify that you have the credential you have, and it's not just an illicit copy of something. If you're an issuer and you're using the Credivera solution, then you would just log into Credivera and you would basically send a link to that person so that they could use their wallet to claim the credential. You can make it look how you want it to look. You can put your logo on it. You can do things like that. You can tell what information is required and what information is not required. And then you can issue. And those will be verifiable back to you.
Recruiters have an opportunity to work with their clients closer to say, these are the kinds of job recs that I've got in my kit bag. And they can work with the clients on the left hand and the candidates on the right hand, and they can merge those two easily. A lot of clients have a lot of reporting requirements. They need to report internally, they need to report to site audits, they need to report to their insurance companies that they're doing all the best practices. Audits are now performed a lot faster because that information is available. The candidates love you because they're not being asked repeatedly for the same old information again and again. And they also know that this information is in an ecosystem that is monitored in real time. You are now giving your client a confidence level that they've never had before. Lots of people claim to be able to be on top of the individual's credentials and everything, but very few are. It is honestly the most trustworthy environment you've ever seen. And clients are responding to the recruiters and saying, wow, I see that you've got a level of rigor that no one else has, a level of best practice that no one else is displaying. And that ability to report on that at the drop of a hat is incredible for them. Your candidates are there first. In a competitive environment, you have that advantage of time over your competitor. You're going to get the job every time.